Hey, everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit, the only show in hospitality that has the guts to do a show while still having hangovers from Alice. That's Greg Sullivan. I'm Glenn Hausman. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. That long commute from LA to Newport, I timed it right. Yeah. Uber driver got me back home in an hour, so all good.
Nice. Unfortunately, yeah. Hey,
is it fair to say that on a bad day in time, it would take you just as long to get from LA to Newport as it would for Glenn to take from LAX to New York? Is there that much traffic?
No, it's probably about 2 hours less. It'd probably take me 3 hours.
So ridiculous.
The in-air flight time coming home yesterday was 4 hours and 37 minutes.
There you go.
That's wonderful. That's a great chat. Now, listen, guys, I only have about 15 minutes.
Let's get this going. All right, let's bring in our first guest. Craig, who's our big guest?
Hey, it's our champion, Bruce Ford of Lodging and Econometrics. Nobody's been on the show more than Uncle Bruce.
Hey, how are you today? Good to see y'all. Back in New Hampshire.
Oh, wait, hold on. We didn't do it for you. Oh, wait. No.
Listen.
My flight time to Boston was 4 hours and 42 minutes, Glenn.
Wow.
So just 5 more minutes for me.
That
nice.
It's unrealistic. But listen.
That's why David is the producer.
Dave's got big stuff going on. He's got the daddy-daughter dance. He's got to go do some family stuff. So he's going to be leaving shortly. We want to kick this off right away. Hey, thanks for spending the weekend with us. Happy weekend, guys.
Cheers.
See you. Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, my green mug is greened out. Oh, well.
That's right. We went through this last week with my green keychain. New York State.
So listen, guys, I have about 13 minutes left at best. So I'm here for one thing and one thing only, to hear about Alice, but not to hear about Alice, the conference. I'm here to hear about the debauchery. Did you guys even get into parties, much less? And then if you did, tell me all about them. Who was the problem? Who had the worst time? Who had the worst hangover?
I would say that I win the hangover one. I was pretty I was pretty hung on Tuesday morning after a long Monday night. But yeah, there was some good parties, although a few less than usual. Which I think that the attendance was a little bit low this year too, because of the fires and potentially, there's been certainly plenty of scuttle about some corporate layoffs around the industry too. So I don't know how much everybody else talked about that, but I had a few minutes on that one for sure.
Yeah, Craig.
I was going to say the conversations that I had, layoffs didn't come into it, but there were some.
He's doing it. Yeah, I love just like Craig's doing the exact opposite of what you said that we should be doing.
But I think the funny thing was everybody was looking to see why some company didn't have their party with the In-N-Out truck, and then you and I came across the In-N-Out truck at another party.
I know, but then that was starting later. We were forbidden. You're like, you could look at the In-N-Out truck, but you can't touch anything coming out of the In-N-Out truck.
Don't they know who the hell they're talking to, Glenn?
Obviously not.
I can't treat you like this.
I don't expect to be treated any differently, but I figured when I'm hanging with Glenn that opens a few doors.
We wanted to get some for Dave.
If it was a Five Guys truck, they would have been all open. All the burgers have been handed flying out. I mean, I did see some good pictures and videos of you guys. There's one video in particular. You guys look like you're having a good time. At least you two up there. Bruce, I don't know where you missed out on this cool video. There seems to have been several cocktails before that video took place.
I'd like to say
we offered Bruce the opportunity. He said no.
Thanks. Our party was all over the hotel because it was at the Hotel Figueroa, which is an Unbound collection for Hyatt, and it was all over the hotel in the back by the pool and up and down, left and right. There were a lot of people there. So
that party was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Good job on it. Food.
So today, to answer your questions, there were still a whole lot of parties. I went to one with Hilton, which was fun.
That was at the Grammy Museum.
I was at the Grammy Museum on the Ray Charles Terrace, this great terrace. It's overlooking everything.
Yep.
I got an opportunity to spend some time with Chris Nassetta before the event. Not me alone, all like the journalisty people, that sort of thing. And it was so cold up there. We're sitting there out there on the terrace. They got this thing built out to look like a graduate hotel lobby kind of a thing, right? With a bunch of funky different chairs and stuff. And, you know, Nassetta comes and he's sitting down and where everyone's talking to him, asking questions and stuff like that. But we're all so effing cold because the temperature dropped like 15 degrees while we were sitting there. The wind was cutting right across the terrace, which juts right outside, juts out off the building, right? So that was really chilly. But when the party started proper and everybody showed up, then it kind of warmed up, you know, and you didn't get hit by the wind and all that kind of good stuff.
It was generally cold in California, but
It was.
Night times was below 50 and the daytime highs maybe 62 or 3.
Wasn't there a rainstorm coming through at that point?
Yeah, it rained on Sunday. I started on Friday. I flew out to Santa Monica on Friday and had a couple days off and went to the men's golf tournament. That was good. Yeah, so I started a little bit earlier than these jabronis. So, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody parties harder than New Hampshire Bruce Ford, let me tell you.
I was warmed up. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Bruce got upset with us.
Yeah, we may talk about some of the businessy side of it, but I will declare this one was the coldest Alice ever in the many, many, many years I've been Alicing it up. You know.
Wait,
so
why was Bruce mad at you? Tell me, BF. What did they do to you? Did they hurt my Bruce?
Yes, they did. They were mean to me.
we ditched and went to bed.
Totally dusted. I went to a dinner. I said, I'll see you at Wayfarer later. Nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. So I had a situation where I woke up at 3 a.m. California time because it was 6 a.m. New York time. Couldn't fall back to sleep. I knocked out like 8 videos that day. I was doing all the schmoozing all day long. Party from that, you know, all of that. And then I hit a wall at like 9 o'clock. I met Craig. We had a beer together, and then it was suddenly like, whoosh, you know. And then I'm like, sorry.
To be fair, you guys do have to save your strength for Click. I know, you know, you guys are a little bit on this. You're on the back 9, so you have to, you know, take some time to ramp up your energy because Click, we party hard.
It's okay. I mean,
that's because you're not going to be with us, Dave. So the dynamic is totally changing.
The young generation can't keep you guys out hanging out for so long, you know.
Yeah, we did better at the earlier parties. We went to a party for Collins College, right? Yep. We did that. Also, the second night they held the cocktail party in the lobby of the hotel, which I thought was a great move. Instead of having it buried deep in the hotel, because it kept with the natural flow, and it was really it felt like there were a lot of people. It filled up that space that they had really nicely. So that was fun.
Yeah. Well, you know why they ended up doing that? It's because the Alice Design Conference trade show was going to be on the Platinum Ballroom floor this year for the first time. Last year it was in the Gold Room, and you had to go from the Gold Room to the Diamond level to go to the sessions, and it didn't work.
Yeah, also the escalator ride itself is like,
that escalator's obnoxious.
Yeah. I don't ride it anymore.
It's got the worst pitch. It's like that.
Oh my God. Are you serious, Craig? I'm not saying that. He did 20 minutes on it the other day about it. He won't ride the escalator anymore.
Yeah. No, I take the elevator.
I think it's as steep.
I have to hold on with both hands.
The only place I've seen anything that steep is like a DC Metro escalator.
You need to go to the brand new 7 train
your crypto portfolio.
Yeah. Go to the 7 train stop, the last stop, the new stop at Hudson Yards. That's about a quarter mile straight up on an escalator. There's a real test of strength, you guys. Now, Daniel says I don't leave. Daniel, unfortunately, I do have to go. I do have a family activity because while I do love everybody on this screen very, very much, I do love my daughter more. So
as you should.
She wins. She wins.
I got 5 minutes.
All right.
He's checking Google Maps to see how long it's going to take for him to get
What's the
there.
traffic like? What's the traffic like? I got it timed down to the second. Hey, Google Maps is pretty accurate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does anybody here, though, like myself, take Google Maps as a suggested time of arrival and then challenge yourself?
Oh, who doesn't? Who doesn't? You say
you have to.
5.3?
Well, I survey them all. I'll Apple Map, I'll Google Map, I'll Waze app, and then I'll take the midpoint and I'll say if I beat that, I get an extra beer.
That seems like a lot of work, Bruce.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to do the work, Dave. I'm in research.
Yeah. Touche.
Yeah, I have nothing to say. So, Craig, before I go, Craig, can you tell us about this new $80,000 piece of artwork you just purchased behind you? Because it looks pretty cool. It looks very expensive.
It was actually a gift. I want to thank Alan Ray and Atlas Hospitality. This was hanging in their office, and they weren't taking it to the new one. And I said, I'll take it. And I also got another one. I got 3 pieces of artwork out of their office, and they're all hanging in my house. So it was cool. And this has made an appearance on this show once before, and we've got the studio under renovation, and we're going to be, moving stuff around. And I figured, well, let's bring it back for a quick show.
Well, one important question: if that's going to be your background from now on,
It's called brain damage.
Where are you going to put Bruce's head?
Right there. How's that? Does that work?
You could. Does that mean you and Bruce are going to do a remake of The Thing with Two Heads?
That's it. That's it. All right here at our virtual soundstage on StreamYard.
I'm looking at that movie.
And we're selling it to Netflix.
1972, never way too before my time.
You already Googled that thing?
I did.
What would you do without Google, Dave?
Right
I
on.
never heard of it. Let me tell you, I never heard of it.
Bye, Mary.
You didn't hear of it, but I just think it's great that you looked it up.
See you tomorrow at 2.
Thank
Thank you.
else. I'm quick on the keys.
Yeah, you are.
All right, that's a good time for me to say goodbye.
Aloha,
Love you
David.
guys. Have a
Right.
great
Safe.
show.
See you later.
We have another great guest coming in too. I don't know if we mentioned it or not, so we'll wait till he gets on board. But
Yeah, stick around. He'll be here in 15 minutes or
he
so.
might turn you guys into a meme. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I think it's really weird though that you said that it had to be 15 minutes between your departure and his arrival. That's pretty big-headed there, Dave.
You just didn't want to be involved in the
There's a thing between me and him, and we'll talk about that later. It's a loving thing. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a good guy.
See you guys.
Yes,
All right, David. Have fun. Take care.
Enjoy.
Hey, so since we were talking about the parties, I'd love to thank the folks over at HREC and Aon. Bruce and myself went there. That was on Monday evening when we got into town. So that was fun. They had it at a beer joint. 33
taps.
33 taps.
Yeah.
Hey, Dell. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up? Yeah. So that was a really nice way to kick it off, and I had a lot of fun at the event. I'll tell you, it's just you got to talk a lot.
I was losing my voice on Wednesday too. It's barely back.
Yeah.
It was. Did anybody hear any attendance numbers? Because it sure looked light.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I counted 643 people in the plaza.
You alone.
Nice.
I can't even light for that. So
I count 643 in the plaza.
yeah.
There was no room that sat 1,000 people in the building.
Yeah.
So it's no way they set any kind of record. And I would bet they probably had a record number of no-shows.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of starting on Tuesday. I thought that was a kind of a detraction because it really does screw up your week. I mean, if you plan to go on Monday, you got to build your own calendar on Monday, and then do you leave early Thursday, and kind of whacked out trying to get back to the East Coast, and then you blow up your Friday, and I don't know. I was always a big fan of Monday be done Wednesday afternoon, and that's that.
Yeah.
But
Well, I was
getting bigger.
Kind of prior to the financial meltdown, flying out to the Arizona Biltmore on Saturday and catching all the people from the East Coast that brought their families in for that weekend, and then the West Coast people's families would come out Thursday afternoon, and I'd stay there till Saturday. The next Saturday, with everybody at the pool. So.
Well, you could do worse though. I'd say the JW in Scottsdale is maybe a little bit better than the JW in LA. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my favorite JW is
that was sarcasm. It's totally completely different experience.
But still, the best JW is our first Click hotel development winner, and that was the crown jewel of the Anaheim Resort, the JW.
Yeah, I did. I saw Kay Lang at Alice this year.
Ron was there as well. Saw both of them. So I saw Bill Reynolds. I hadn't seen him in years, and it's just like, oh my God, there he is.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, this Alice conference is it's one of the big tentpole events that the whole hospitality community comes around. More of the financial side. And the big brands, the banks, all of that kind of stuff. And it really helps set the tone for how people are approaching the year. Everybody kind of gets each other's vibes and kind of comes to some sort of conclusion. So it's a lot of fun to be there. And I felt that even though, Bruce, you said it was light, I have no idea what the crowd sizes are because the way the building is set up, it really splits the people up in a way that you can never get an understanding. Unless you're walking around a lot, you can't get an idea of how many people there were. But
and there's no capstone event that everybody goes to. The busiest I saw the room was about 3:30 on Tuesday afternoon for the stats panel, and maybe just prior to that for the CEO. That was the busiest I saw the room, and I would call it 3/4 full.
So is that a by design that there's no signature event where everybody's there, or they just over time haven't had enough people, so they just kind of stopped that? Like, what's your take on the logic there?
Unfortunately, they don't have a space where everybody can fit.
Yeah.
They used to put it in the Peacock Theater, which was called the Microsoft Theater back then.
Yeah.
But that's cavernous. I mean, you can't. That's for 8,000 people, not 2,000. And so it never feels like that worked either.
Yeah, that was overwhelming. I mean, it was just a big cave. And at their peak, it was what, 3,700 people.
Right. Now it's $3,700.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, and again, Suzanne, this conference is a great one for fine-tuning your business plan.
Mm-hmm.
Typically all the brands are represented, major insurance, whether they're on the lending side or as an insurance provider, banks. And so all the third parties that we need.
Loads and loads of consultants.
It truly is an international conference.
Right. So,
but
if you really want to find people, if a hotel company CEO shows up and throws a party, people show up.
No, I tell them Glenn Hausman's here, and then they all flock.
What a great strategy, so we can get straight to the bar. Y'all run the other way. I'm over here drinking. Yeah.
One thing that I like.
You may not have been able to find presidents and CEOs of hotel ownership and management companies, but as soon as I walked into the Hilton conference, I saw 24 of them.
Right.
So I mean, it was,
that's for sure. So, hey, Suzanne, let me give you my real quick perspective. Part of what Bruce is right that but most of these tentpole conferences, people are there to meet with each other and have a lot of meetings. So a good percentage of people, there is no intention of them to even go to a panel. The event itself,
by design, then.
Right? The event itself is, become, as other events have, as the industry's matured, more of a place for everyone to meet, as well as an opportunity for the breakout sessions. But a good percentage of people don't even go to sessions. I haven't been to a session at a conference that I'm not hosting or on for a long time, with a few exceptions, such as one I saw you last year. You know.
Oh, and I've got another one. I just booked a HoaCon, so now you can come visit me
Nice.
So I did 3 sessions while I was there, and probably did 5 or 6 meetings upstairs in the suites, and those half the rooms in the JW are used as hospitality rooms for people to have meetings, and you can only qualify to get those if you're a sponsor. So they kind of got you. I mean,
they do the same thing at the courtyard across the street.
Yeah. So they don't have enough hospitality suites, and there's been a constant discussion about that. And, you know, if I was really using my dollars, if I was making a suggestion, I would say they should just add 3 stories of hospitality suites on top of the convention center and call it good.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
And connect the building at those levels.
Right.
They don't need another 800-room hotel. They need 200 good meeting rooms.
Don't tell the city of LA that. They don't want to hear that.
No, I'm sure they don't. But I think that would fit better. If I'm being real,
you're right. Do we need another 800 keys in downtown LA at the convention center? I don't think so. But they'll make the argument. Yeah, this is how we'll attract better, bigger.
Well, that's because they have a big building there that is abandoned. Okay.
Yeah.
Abandoned.
Yeah, you and Glenn and I have been watching that building for close to a decade.
So what somebody told me is
the cranes still aren't moving. Well, the cranes are down, but the building's graffitied in there.
Right.
Yeah.
And
somebody told
Glenn's
me
got a picture of it.
Oh, I have one.
Yeah.
What somebody told me was the city cannot find the developer.
No,
it's MIA.
Well, it's a Chinese group out of Shenzhen, and they're gone.
They're gone.
They held an auction, and then somebody was supposed to buy it through the auction. I don't know if that went through, but Glenn and I were having this conversation the other day. Nobody wants to take on a broken project, and that's what that is. You've had years and years of it being vandalized, all the copper being stripped out of it. You've got other things that have decayed, and now the GC that was initially there and all of their people, they don't want to come back, and they're probably not capable of coming back because they're on other projects. And, nobody else wants to step in to fix this. So they should have just bulldozed it or imploded it.
But they have 5 40-story buildings there. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah. This is crazy. Here.
Nobody wants to touch this thing. Now, do you want the urban Blythe, or do you want to actually get a project or 2 on that site that actually makes sense?
Yeah.
It took downtown LA the better part of a freaking decade to get a grocery store down there after they had built all these condos.
Yeah.
So the city of Los Angeles has a real talent, and it is a talent to screw projects up. Okay. Too much time, too much money, too much everything except for all the peripherals that you need. So you put in 10,000 condominiums and they sell out in a year. Okay. And there's no fucking grocery store. What are you supposed to do? And this was before DoorDash and delivery services that charge you an arm and a leg. And
can I order from InstaFace?
Right.
Yeah, order from InstaFace. That's it. But
So is Los Angeles the right spot for this? If it's you're struggling with the number of meeting spaces?
Well, here's the thing: you lost one pro team downtown, so the number of events at the Staples or Crypto or whatever the hell it is. Okay,
it's going to be called the Glen next year.
The convention center was closed. There's nothing going on. There was nothing in the theater. There was nothing in the arena. There was nothing in the convention center. We were the only game in town, which is pretty rare.
Yeah.
And there were rooms to be had within a block of the convention center at a reasonable rate throughout the term of the conference. So I could have to think that no shows were up. There's no question.
I think no shows were up, and I got to tell you, I mean, after going on the guilt trip that you put me on, Bruce, for abandoning you at that party, I I was feeling really guilty because I wasn't staying over at the Wayfair, which is my favorite downtown LA hotel.
Right.
But I wanted to be across the street because I was running and gunning and doing interviews, and I wanted to get back, have a quiet place real quick to edit and put these up. But I think, Bruce, you forgot to tell everybody that the best part of the conference for you was kicking off Alice with an interview with Glenn and then closing Alice with an interview with me.
Wow.
So we got to bookend the conference, and Bruce is doing really good on my channel with his interview, and I'm sure he's doing great on Glenn's.
So what do we call it?
It's the most video I've ever done in the history of in the last 9 years.
What's that?
It actually has negative number of views. It's like they were taking it away from me. I don't know how that worked.
Oh my God.
Bruce,
Bruce,
what do we call this? The after party?
Yeah.
This is the after party.
I will say, he's right. There wasn't a lot going on, but the Grammys are going to be at LA Live this weekend, and there was a lot of hustle bustle setting stuff up. A good chunk of the back plaza was closed off because they were loading in stuff, and they were building some outdoor greenhouse, which is going to be some sort of activation during that. And there was a lot more security there than was normal, with all sorts of, every entrance and exit had security people on it, and they're all just like looking at you.
It's award seasons in LA. Come on.
I know. Yeah.
Did Beyonce win yet?
No, Taylor Swift did.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Dale's got a good question. He's like,
somebody's ex-husband's going to be bitching about that.
Yeah. Before Calvin gets here, Alice versus Lodging versus Hunter versus NYU. Favorite.
Lodging.
Yeah. I like Lodging.
Click's another great one.
Well, that's the top one,
but
that wasn't on here because there's no point in any of them trying to
Yeah.
compete with you. So why even?
No.
Exactly.
No. I look up to our friends at all of these
Yeah, they're all great.
They're all great. And
I think
Lodging's
each
my
one of
favorite.
those
Another great one's Beat the
conferences,
Money.
to tell everybody the truth about each one of those conferences, they all have their unique aspects.
That's right.
That's right.
Alice brings together a mix of people in the industry that doesn't come to other events.
Right.
That's right.
Because
It's an international
vendors come and service providers come and franchise companies send us a cattle car of people.
and educators come too.
The Lodging conferences are cloistered, private. We're all in one place together, and it has a lot of dynamics of that.
Yep.
Hunter is in probably the biggest owner city in the United States, in Atlanta, and so you have a lot of owners that can drive there. And then NYU is where all the financial hub is in the country. So I mean, they each have their own aspects, and Hunter has grown at such a pace now that it really is the fourth player in the national event scene.
There's another one that should be on that list, and that's Meet the Money. That's the best debt and equity conference in the nation.
I can't get through all the acronyms, Craig. I heard some new ones this week that I hadn't heard before from debt and equity guys. I'm like, do you come up with these new ones to confuse people?
That's part of their programming every quarter because they never want us to know exactly what they're doing.
Or what they mean.
I can tell you what I mean, but Glenn would get a black mark and then he'd probably be banned from, life. But Meet the Money.
That's already happened. I don't think I could be banned again. We can try.
Yeah.
But
That's not. Then we'll have to listen to him whine.
No. Wait. There we go.
Most people think that's one of my more charming qualities.
But Meet the Money, Jim Butler and his team at JMBM have done. Grumpy Glenn, there we go. Love it. We haven't seen a Grumpy Glenn in a while. And you can get your Grumpy Glenn t-shirt. Where, Glenn?
Red Bubble.
There you go.
Yeah. So I do want to go back to Alice versus Lodging versus Hunter versus NYU. Bruce definitely said it. A lot of different people there, and favorite is really a different thing. I'm going to say my favorite is Lodging because Harry is smart enough to put me on stage at the general session. So, when you're that genius, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So I love
my favorite as well.
I love Lodging because it happens to be the most casual of the events. I find it's really fun. It's easier to connect with people because it's just after summer season. People are feeling more relaxed. It's in a resort, which is more relaxed. Something like Alice, which is in a city, this one is a more formal, a lot more ties. NYU is ties.
Are you saying people have a stick up their ass at Alice? Is that
No, I want to know if Glenn actually wore a tie.
No, God,
Then
no.
why are you saying ties?
I'm
Waste
saying
of breath.
Because typically the East Coasters wear ties.
yeah, a lot of people do. Is by
The normal business people wear ties.
Well,
The ones that aren't out here for
everybody
you
was
know,
buttoned up with
award
extra
season.
clothes because it was so cold.
Right.
Too.
cold. Yeah.
When you're a rebel like me, you gotta
Hey,
go.
when Bruce Ford has to go back to his room to get a sweater to put on under his coat, you know it's cold. Okay, just
You know-
What's
saying.
the temperature out there for you guys?
I knitted it for him. That was my Hanukkah gift for him. As a matter of fact. So I just realized I totally forgot to respond to this Hanukkah party invite that I got here.
Show up next year.
I think I'm a little late. It's from 2001. So I think screwed.
I think you should show up for Maddie and Shelly's party next year.
Yeah,
Break
exactly. Yeah. Look at this. Look at the white out that was done. They changed the day. They changed the date and the time,
Yeah.
which is great.
That's saving a few bucks.
I know. They were good people. All right. Anyway,
Who invented whiteout, Glenn?
Michael Nesmith's mom.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. And why did she invent that, Glenn?
Wasn't she a typist that was tired of having to deal with the
She was a paralegal.
a paralegal? All right, but she was dealing with the corrections and
Exactly.
instruct.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you gotta
Great
love
story.
you gotta love the combo of whiteout / monkey's money. I mean, that's you're rolling in it
Exactly.
for sure.
So did you guys know that Pat Riley has the term three-peat
Yep.
patented?
He makes a ton of money off of that.
Copywritten. So if the Chiefs win, he stands to make like
Are
20
you
million.
talking about at the big game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big game. That's right.
And he tracks down all these merchants that are selling T-shirts and so
Oh,
on
yeah.
that says three-peat.
To protect his right.
Give me my money. Yeah. No, I mean it was brilliant. He did that with the Lakers.
Do you know who? I saw a story today that I guess it was Byron Scott that brought up the idea in the locker room, and he went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I hope he gets ejected.
Oh,
Are
he
you all
won't get
planning
it.
to watch the game this weekend? Is it this weekend or next
No,
weekend?
next weekend.
Next weekend.
You
Yeah.
guys plan to
No.
watch it?
No.
No.
Yeah, my wife's all about the game. I'm very concerned about the menu planning though at this point. Yeah. So I think because I did chicken wings for the last playoff game, I think I'm going to go with chicken tenders and some sauces as one of the things
Do
that
a
I
brisket. Come
want
on.
to do. What?
Cook a brisket.
No, I'm going to make multiple things, dude.
Oh, okay.
That's just one of them. Yeah.
All right.
The big game is actually the first party in Bruce's new Purple Haze Man Cave. So
tell us, yeah. And by the way, Bruce is unable to share the man cave tonight, like we were hoped. Somehow he's trapped in 1978. So as soon as he gets back from,
you don't like my wood walls? Come on. My grandson told me he's going to
jealous
be
of
using
it.
the
You know,
man
you got my painting, and then you've got Bruce.
Thank God at least I stay consistent with pineapples.
Bruce's background is every kid's basement I went to while I was growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, you're getting trashed here.
Well, we don't have basements out here normally. You know, we have bomb shelters.
Hold on, to be fair, Bruce, if you'd like to trash me, I'll do the next one in my kitchen. That is like stuck in like 1990s or something like that. Yeah.
I don't have a basement or an attic or a bomb shelter.
Oh.
We're more like the Levitt houses in Levittown.
Mhm.
So the basement in this house was never finished. So I'm the first one to finish it. So it's 1,700 square feet. It's big.
Yeah. You said it's for people who don't know. He moved into this house very recently, and putting his renovation priorities in where they belong.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it's called a 5 television media wall, fully wired.
Right.
Wow.
That's why we really wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're nice to me, I might walk
we have a
downstairs.
group text, and he sent us a picture of all the TVs in their boxes all lined up. It was awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's worth it. It's for sure worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the other guest coming?
He's not here yet. I don't know.
It's 5:35. Right?
Yeah,
Might not happen tonight.
it's a shame.
I'm checking to see if you sent me a message because I know, Glenn, you sent out the.
Wait, hold!
Oh, here we go!
I spoke it into existence.
Yes.
It's stuck in a car.
Calvin.
Well, that is quite the welcome. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Catch me up.
I just spoke you into existence, Calvin. I said, "Where's our other guest?" He said, "Oh, nobody knew." And then all of a sudden, you appeared.
Well, hey, that's how it works. You got to speak it into existence, I guess.
Hey, Calvin, your sound is not great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my cell phone.
We couldn't tell.
Car.
I would have sworn you're in NBC Studios or something like that.
Well, you guys, I make time for you. I just came from my drumming lesson. See my drumsticks?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
All right.
At least they're not chopsticks.
Stairway.
Maybe chopsticks next because it is lunchtime.
It's because he eats dumplings that are like this large. He needs,
No,
you missed our recap on Alice. That's all you missed. So no big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a nice 360 video of you guys. I didn't realize you guys had moves like that.
Only when we've been drinking or something.
Yeah. So honestly, right. So here's I'll tell you a little story about what went down. Is like those are not one of those things that I enjoy. So Craig freaking got me involved. The next thing I know, I'm on this platform, and I'm like, crap.
That's why I did it.
I'm like, crap. I gotta bring it for 10 seconds, or else if I don't bring it, then I know he's gonna run it on the show, and I'm gonna look like a punk and all of that kind of stuff. So I brought it for 10 seconds. Hey,
Bruce was the one that decided not to join us because we offered to get Bruce up there as well. So we thought that would be really.
That would have been a great one. Then we could have added it to the regular lineup.
But I think somebody might have done a spit take if they'd gotten up there. So
Not me. I wasn't there.
Platform was a little small for all of us, to say the least. Did anybody hear any big announcements?
From Hyatt joined us, so that was nice.
Did anybody hear any big announcements at Ellis, other than RevPAR forecasts are down?
No,
Nothing.
No. That being said, everybody was in pretty good mood. A lot of people were optimistic, but they're being cautious about that. You don't want to get
bringing Starwood back. That stole the thunder.
Yeah, there was nobody.
Yeah,
there
what the heck is that about?
Yeah, well, I guess
baby.
He had a backdoor deal where after 5 years he could get it back.
Get the name back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you hear of any deals, Bruce? Because you're asking with an era of mystery going on there.
I've heard of Bruce, and he's a big deal.
I am a big deal.
He is. He is.
But one of the things that happened at Alice is Lodging Econometrics announced a new programming deal with Calibri Labs.
Yeah,
we're participating with them on some of their publications, in addition to being one of their data content providers. So we're very excited about that. Should be some new things coming out in the future in 2025. And as we kind of, I like to say, turn on the AI monster and see what it's going to have to say. Because we track a lot of data about hotel construction, and not just projects, but really the change in the marketplace. And one of the things that we put in place during the pandemic was called Timeline Change History.
Did we reach the shameless plug segment already?
This is the shameless plug. So the timeline change history basically stamps a project anytime project stage, start date, or open date is updated. And we refresh the database every 7 days. So it's got a lot of detail on there about how long it took from signing to start to opening. So we're going to put the AI monster to work and see what we can come up with.
Glenn,
Yeah.
did you realize that Bruce is copying us?
What, the
We
AI
set
monster?
loose the AI monster every Wednesday, 7 days. It's like clockwork.
Yep.
To upgrade and tweak and make the show better.
But you still let Glenn come on the show, so how can it be better?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. What do y'all
Hey,
figure?
I'm the co-host. He's the host. He's the one with all the magic, not me. Okay. I just sit here and smile and nod. I'm good.
Yeah. You're
What's
ridiculous.
going?
You guys had a good
What did I get into?
Vanna White thing going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although neither of them will decide which one of them is Pat Sajak because they
No,
both
Glenn's
wanna
Pat
be
Sajak. He's
Yeah,
the one that
yeah.
wants to host that show.
I definitely do, but now they have oh shoot, what's his name?
You lost the audition to Ryan Seacrest? How freaking dare you?
Dude, I wish I could have the audition. That would have been awesome.
If Craig's
Yeah.
hair was longer, he could get away as being Vanna.
Yeah, Ryan
was.
Seacrest. Ryan Seacrest.
It was, right?
Nothing against Ryan Seacrest. It's a me issue because I'm like I should have done that shit. That's what that would have been a fun path to go down.
Well, there's a little
There's
saying in
still time,
life, Glenn. There's a little saying in life, Glenn. You
Yeah.
do not get what you do not ask for. So,
First of all, hold on.
Here
First
we
of all,
go. We've got
let me say-
profound
Bruce,
knowledge being shared on this show for the first time.
I will here. I don't mean to be a dink and get sentimental for a second, but Bruce gave me
Yes,
that
you do.
knowledge like 20-something years ago, and it made a huge light bulb click in my head, and it changed the way that I approached my my career. So, Bruce, thanks for that one.
Aw.
Yeah.
oh,
Absolutely.
I feel a little warm down in the pocket.
Well, I figure I've
Even more profoundly.
Group hug,
Even more
guys.
profoundly, I just use that during my fantasy football league. So
Yeah.
I use that mindset. Yeah, these guys were upset about a trade because they said, "Oh, the person should have given you more." And I'm like, "You don't ask, you don't get.
Right.
I asked, you didn't."
That's right. Right. There was a hotel deal I worked on 100 years ago where buyers were coming in and, they were very happy with the deal and everything. They forgot to ask a critical question. And that was, were there any tax rebates on the TOTs because of all the improvements and everything that you've done, because you expanded the meeting space in the ballrooms, you added a bunch of restaurants, and you tied two buildings together with an atrium structure and glass and all that. Plus we cut off part of the parking lot, built another hotel over there. Nobody asked that question. They found out post-closing, and then they came back and said, "Hey, you forgot to assign the TOTs to us." No, didn't. You didn't ask for them. What can I say?
Needless to say, they were a little upset.
Oh, yeah. It cost somebody their job. I'll tell you that.
How did that get resolved?
They didn't get them.
It doesn't, because once it transfers, it's over.
Wow.
I mean,
Now, that particular city was very unhappy after that. And I think any new deals where they were getting benefits of rebates on the TOTs, those were automatically transferred upon a
Deeded.
sale at that
Yeah.
point. So,
at that point.
but at that time, it's like, hey, didn't ask.
Yeah. Not our business.
Do your research.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah. That's
So
right.
I'd like to announce the next time that I come back for the Friday night audit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna buy,
I can tell you when that'll be. And so
I'm
can
gonna
Glenn.
buy 5 Grumpy Glenn shirts from Redbubble, and we're gonna have you're gonna have to send in your registration. Okay, and we will pick 5 names to get a Grumpy Glenn shirt.
All right.
There we go.
I like it.
That's exciting.
And if producer Suzanne would be so kind, if you go to Redbubble in the Aloha Craig store, you can find the Grumpy Glenn shirt and maybe bring it up on the screen.
Wow.
It's got a really good design.
It's got a great design. I will hit purchase soon. That's as long as you don't also publish a Bitchy Bruce shirt. So.
Oh,
well, that's going on a t-shirt. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. With this picture. No, I wouldn't do that to you, Bruce. I'll put Glenn's picture on it.
All right.
So, Calvin, how's life been treating you lately? What are you up to?
Life has been good, man. Since we started the shameless plugs section early, I don't know if you guys saw, we just onboarded about 10 new hotels in Stepstone.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
really,
Congratulations.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we're really excited about that. Social media management for about 10 hotels, all up and down the East Coast, and one in Mississippi, whatever coast that is.
Right.
Gulf of whatever we're calling it these days.
The Gulf of Mississippi.
No, the Gulf of Tragedy. The Gulf of Tragedy.
And, what's incredible
But,
is Calvin doing all of this from an underwater lair. I don't know how you sound, but you definitely sound like you're underwater there with the.
Is it really that bad? I hear you guys fine, but
Yeah, no, it's bad.
you know what? You know what, Glenn? This takes me back to the first time I came on No Vacancy with you and Anthony. I had to double the bandwidth in my Wi-Fi after that. That's when I realized my Wi-Fi sucked.
Sorry, yeah, and you've literally been paying for that appearance ever since. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I've been looking for that high ever since, so that's why I decided to do the cell phone today.
Seriously, my whole career is about chasing the dragon and getting that feeling of being on a show where you have shitty internet. So,
But yeah, everything is good. The agency's growing, which is exciting. Onboarding some new people, and taking drum lessons. I'm doing all kinds of stuff in my middle age now. So
that's amazing. What made you want to take drum lessons?
That's good because you're not old like Glenn and I. So that's a good thing.
I've always been interested in the instrument. Most of the music I listen to, that's what my ear gravitates towards, and I've wanted to do it for a long time. And, again, since we're using, profound statements, I read something last year that the second half of your life feels shorter because you're doing less things for the first time.
Right, correct. Yeah.
Well, it is also shorter. So
each day represents an ever smaller, piece of your memory for life as well. So I think
who are you?
Yeah.
What's your name?
He's Glenn from Smithtown.
Yeah.
That was good.
Don't forget the fucking second end too.
Yeah. Do not.
Yeah, if I actually had the drums here, I could do the for you.
Yeah. How's that?
That'll work. We'll take what we can get.
Yeah. So, Bruce, what's your next trip?
Next trip probably a city trip down to Atlanta, and then of course Click coming up in March, and a little vacation up in Portland, Maine,
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking. March is going to be a busy month. That's California, that's Tulum, Mexico, that's Berlin, Germany, and then April is Las Vegas.
What are you going to Las Vegas in April, or is that May for HD?
No, I'm going twice. Easter weekend in Las Vegas, I am taking my oldest grandson to WrestleMania.
Nice. I love that.
Should be fun.
Just if you see a giant Easter bunny that weekend, it's probably wouldn't approach it.
I would.
That'll be
Well,
Glenn dressed up. Okay.
Here's
I
the
gotta
other
tell you
thing.
right now.
Easter is actually 420 this year, so I think my grandson
Oh, wow.
is going to see a sign of Las Vegas that he may not be familiar with.
Yeah, I was at Fish at Sphere on last 420. That was that was beautiful.
Is that for fish?
Very, very, very Glenn.
Yeah.
They don't have any more dates at the Spear yet, do they?
No, my hunch is Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were gonna, because they kind of take the first part of the year off typically, right? And then kind of crank up the summer festivals, kind of thing.
Yeah, they just announced some spring dates in where are they now? Spring dates in West Coast, Hollywood Bowl, Oregon.
Right,
yeah, that sort of
Riviera Maya. Did I see that?
That's right now. That's happening right now. My buddy Steve is hanging out at a beautiful resort in Mexico right now, getting to see fish for 4 nights while I'm here with you guys. I'm the winner in that decision.
Well, Glenn, you also forgot everybody on the show right now is on the same stage for Click 8.
All right, hold on.
Never happened before.
Everybody's got to take a deep breath. It's just getting too damn ridiculous. I mean, we just had to make it official. All this. Suzanne saying something.
I was going to say before we go, I needed to pull up a tab for you on your Grumpy Glenn nonsense.
Oh, awesome.
But
did you find it? Because I there's behind here. There's
I did. I don't know why tech is just not liking me tonight at all. Like
that's because
there we go.
David did this to you.
He set me up. He sabotaged me.
He did.
There we
Yeah.
go. So there's your water bottle.
That's great. You could complain about me and stay hydrated at the same time.
And there's a T-shirt there too.
Get him early. They make a great stocking stuffer. So you want it.
It's your chicken tenders and your dip, Glenn. What can we say?
That's just gonna be. That's gonna be one thing. I'm trying to figure out what else. I was thinking of making a potato pave thing, which is like 100 levels, layers of potato, and then then you cook it and stuff. But I got to figure that out. It's a multi-day process.
I'm going with the 8-foot sub.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Look at that.
That's what Bruce.
You can get yours for $23.99 at Redbubble.
Look at all those color selections.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
What a deal. We knew the demand would be high, so we got 10,000 in each color. So plenty to choose
Stock
from.
up now.
Yeah.
They could make great wear racks.
Yeah. Hey, spring is coming. You want to refurbish your wardrobe? You want to get some. So that's
Hey.
All right, visit lodgingeconometrics.com. We got lots of 4Q press releases coming out all over the world on new construction, renovation, and conversion. We're going to be quoted in a number of places. I did a podcast with Glenn this week. I did a short one with Craig this week as well. Visit those. Get your latest 4Q updates.
Nice. LogicEconometrics.com. Calvin.
You can see me in less than a month. Click 8 on the stage. And in between then, follow me on LinkedIn and, of course, Instagram.
Yeah. Also, I believe starting the next Superman movie. So be on the lookout for that. Suzanne?
You can find me on the stage in Miami at the Experience Marketing Conference. I'll be speaking about AI, and my AI course is finally open to those that are interested in the hospitality industry. Woohoo! Opens March 6th. So reach out to me, find me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to connect you. So
wow. Craig, it sounds like March 6th is going down in history as a seminal day in hospitality, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, all of us are going to be in the same location. There's going to be an earthquake. One of the two. Okay. But yeah, we've got Click 8 on March 5th and 6th. Bruce Ford and Lodging Econometrics are the sponsors for the Click Hotel Development Deal of the Year. If you've repositioned, great opportunity to submit that to Bruce and I, ground up. hotel enhanced mixed use developments, and more. So if you've got a hotel in California
that you opened in 24 or first month of 25,
that's
let's
right.
hear it. Bruce
Send
at
it over.
lodgingeconometrics.com and Craig at cliconference.com.
That's
And,
it. And
Craig,
we've got some great videos, and I've got a speaking engagement at Commercial Real Estate Professionals of Orange County. I'm going to be providing some data from Lodging Econometrics at that speech. We've got some new shows coming up, and we're redoing the studio. It's all good.
I love it, Craig. I want you to know, if there is an earthquake, it's not your fault.
No, it's not.
Oh, goodness.
You guys suck worse than ever. I will tell you. Freaking clever. Anyway, you can expect more of that wherever I'm going next. I'll be going to doing stuff for Visual Matrix at their event, assuming they don't watch this video. And then click. Then I'm going to be going right into Hunter conference. So we got a busy schedule ahead of us. For the next couple of weeks, I'll be home, which I'm really looking forward to.
We'll be live next week. Yay!
Yeah, all new live, no vacancy shows next 2 weeks. So that'll be a lot of fun. Plus, still, I got so much great content that I recorded, so many interviews that are going to give you perspective. All, to be fair, they won't stand up to the one that I did with Bruce Ford over there, which was our preview episode on Monday. Watch me. What I would love for everybody to do is watch the videos. I'm airing them out of order and see if you can figure out when they were done. Watch me get more tired throughout them and try to line up and figure it out.
See, with mine, they were all done in one day.
Yeah. You should see if you can identify my 4:30 p.m. Wednesday afternoon one, my final interview. All right. That should be a fun game. We should do a contest. Get a Grubby Glenn t-shirt if you correctly identify.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think everybody on this screen can identify when that particular episode was filmed. We all know you very well, Glenn.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We'll be back next week right here on One and Only Friday Night Audit.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Don't talk over the credits.